I've been an Amazon delivery driver for 3 years, and I'm gonna tell you about the job because what I see other people saying, it just ain't right to me. And when I wanted to get the job, I wasn't finding enough good information for real. So let's talk about actually getting the job. Let me tell you, Amazon is one of the easiest jobs you can get as far as getting hired, right? You gonna pull up, you could dress up if you want to, but you might be the most overdressed person. So just in case you don't want to be underdressed and somebody judge you, I'd say wear you some slacks or jeans with like a button up, like a polo shirt, but honestly, people gonna be pulling up with their sweat plants and sneakers on for real. You're going to sit down. They're going to ask you about your driving record, if you're going to be able to pass things, and they're going to tell you about the job, et cetera, et cetera. And if they feel like you're not wild as hell, because really anybody going to get hired. You're going to get hired. Now, once you get hired, they're going to have you set up a new email or use an email that's never been used for an Amazon account before. From my experience of being onboarded over and over again, by the way, y'all, I've worked for a lot of DSPs. A lot of times you really don't have to create like a new email, but just do what they say and stay away from Gmail because, they be giving you issues if you got a bunch of Gmail accounts. Now, once you do that, bro, I'm telling you, stay stuck to that email or text message, however they're communicating with you, stay stuck, bro, because you want to get this shit done ASAP. Why? Because here's the thing. In order to be an Amazon delivery driver, you have to go through training, but they don't do the training. The DSPs don't do the training. Amazon does the training, and those trainings are scheduled, and they are but so many slots. I think it's like 3 to 4 days of training. So if you're taking forever to fill out your forms, to get your background check and well, that's not your fault, right? But get your license and everything checked and then take forever to get your drug test done, then by the time all of that gets cleared, you might have missed a deadline to be scheduled for one of the training rounds. So you have to wait for another week. Now, that actual training class is nothing crazy. The worst part is a driving test, and you'll take 2 of them if you got EDVs. EDV is electric delivery van. I be forgetting people don't know all the letters. Now, the class is basic. They're going to tell you how to use the app, what to do in certain situations, what are the expectations and standards, and then you're going to take your driving test. Now, the driving test is booty butt cheeks. I'm going to be honest. Go very slow. Don't be afraid to move that wheel all the way as far as you can go, because I was told if you hit a single cone, your ass going back and you will have to do training all over again. Now, I hit a cone. I did. And they didn't send me back. But don't be like me because I'm a special nigga. All right, so let's say you pass training. Now you're going to go and you're going to set up a orientation day with your actual DSP. You're going to come in on that orientation. They all do the shit different. They all do it different, right? And some of those orientations will be, they come in, tell you how the job works, and then they pair you with somebody. And on that day, you do your ride along. Others, you have the orientation, and then you come back for your first day, which is going to be a ride along. And after that, you're going to be on the road. So usually there's only 1 day of a ride along. Now, before I even get to the actual delivery driving, let me tell you this as a big ass fucking tip. Well, first of all, training, orientation are all paid days. So don't you ever let them skip you out your fucking money like my last DSP tried me. But what I was actually going to say, all DSPs are not the same, bro. All delivery service providers, all of those little companies, they are not the same. The routes that you get will highly be dependent on the DSP and how their drivers are making these deliveries. What I mean by that is, if you go to a DSP and they say, hey, we pay you for the whole 10 hours, regardless of how fast you do this delivery, aka if you get done in 6 hours, we're still going to pay you for the whole 10 hours. You might think, oh my God, yay, that's so great. But these delivery drivers are actually going faster than they're supposed to. And a lot of times they're cutting, the actual proper procedures to get done faster. But then when you get the route, because Amazon is a computer, like it's an internet company. We're going to keep it being, right? they are setting these stops based on how long it takes for somebody to deliver the package. So if they're going in and they're delivering all these packages manually through the phone and then going back and actually delivering it on the phone or in the app, they're going to think that that stop only takes 2 seconds when really it takes 3 minutes. You feel me? So when you get that route, you're going to be in the middle of nowhere with 180 stops trying to figure out how the hell am I supposed to do this? And it's because of the how do I say, work environment or work culture that's allowing or creating or making these routes harder to actually do. So even if you don't have any experience delivery driving, what I would ask at the interview is, what delivery area do you have? Especially if you know the city, ask them, what delivery area do you have? How many stops do y'all usually have? How many packages do y'all usually have? You probably won't know what that means, but let me tell you, right? So if it's 180 to 190 stops usually, then you want to be in the suburbs. You don't want to be somewhere that, you don't want to be rural routes with 180 stops, okay? That's just ridiculous. But if you're in like, the suburbs where you got house to house to house to house, that's going to be super easy to organize, super easy to get done quickly, because 180, that's really you doing 25 stops an hour. You feel me? You're not going to be able to do 25 stops an hour if you got a 3-minute commute between all your stops. You feel me? So you want to ask them, what area am I delivering in and how many stops do we usually have? Now, because there's so much in regards to delivering for Amazon that can't be controlled by anybody, for real, what you don't want to do is be stuck to a DSP that's fucking terrible. You feel me? Because what you don't want to do is be out and you're delivering and then you look and you see that you don't have enough phones or a charging block or something like that. And so in the middle of you dealing with whatever you dealt with while delivering, you also don't have the tools you need to take care of the job. So it's your responsibility to make sure that your day doesn't suck, to look at the beginning of the day and be like, yo, y'all only gave me one phone. Like, what's up? But if you constantly have to deal with that shit, you might need another DSP, bro. I'm going to keep it a bean. And the good thing is, once you're trained, you got like 3 months before you have to be trained again. So don't be afraid to, like, every once in a while look for another DSP. Take your time to really, like, ask them, like, what y'all got going on? How y'all be delivering? Like, what's going on about y'all, you know? Now, let's say you straight with your DSP, you know what I'm saying? You don't mind it. Now it's your first day. You on the road alone. What do I do? What do I do? All right, so you get there. They're going to give you your bag with your phone, your keys, and your charger block and everything in there, right? Make sure you got everything you need, dog. Get in that car, turn it on, bro, just so it can warm up. Look at that gas if you got gas. Make sure that gas full. Look at that battery if you got the EV. You feel me? When you sign in and do your pre-trip and all that, look at your route. Go to your itinerary, look at the map. Try to see how far away things are, you know what I'm saying? Try to see if you have any businesses type shit. Now you up at loadout, right? You done pulled all your carts and you done scanned all of them. Before you swipe to finish, look. All of that is going to tell you not only the order of your bags, it's going to tell you what stops are in each bag. Screenshot that shit, G. Then go down and look at the oversized. Screenshot it. Because if you get rescued, you want to be able to handle that rescue as quickly as possible. Because what you don't want to do is have a rescue that takes just as long as it would have taken had you delivered those packages yourself. I hate that shit. Another benefit of doing this is while you're delivering, you can unpack more than one bag at a time and you'll be able to see the order because you screenshotted it. You feel me? Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Go stop by stop by stop by stop. If you feel like you got it like that, look to see if there's anything you need to skip to, like businesses that close at 1 p.m. or some shit. Take your breaks. If they tell you not to take your breaks, leave that DSP. Don't pee in bottles. If that route can't sustain you going to the bathroom, then that route has been overpacked. And remember, unless it says don't leave unattended, leave that shit. It hurts the scorecard more to return with a package than it would if you delivered it to the wrong place. Check with your DSP, of course, but that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what I was told. But if that DSP don't work for you, that's cool, bro. But don't think delivery driving altogether won't work for you, because that's not always the case.